Good morning, everyone. In this video lesson, we are going to study about parabolic reflector dish antenna. The various objectives of this lesson are, upon completion of this lesson, you will be able to know about principle of parabolic reflector antenna, which is also known as dish antenna, radiation pattern of parabolic reflector, different feed mechanisms of parabolic reflector, applications of parabolic reflector. There are certain basic requirements of microwave antennas. Microwave antennas are the antennas which will radiate or receive microwave signal. Microwaves are the frequencies above 1 gigahertz. For radiating the microwave signal, we require microwave antennas. There are certain requirements of microwave antenna. The first one is high directivity. We need high directive gain. The gain in a particular direction should be very high, because mostly at microwave, the transmission is a directional only, point to point. For example, in case of satellite communication, from earth station to the satellite, so we require high directivity from earth station to the satellite. Similarly, from satellite to receiving earth station, we require highly directive antennas for microwave, such as satellite communication. Similarly, point-to-point microwave links, that is a terrestrial microwave link, we also require high directivity. Directivity is the term that is related to maximum directive gain, so that we can transmit the signal to long distances. So one of the basic requirements of the microwave antenna is this antenna should provide high directivity, more directive gain in a particular direction. The second requirement is a narrow bandwidth. Why bandwidth or beam width should be narrow? The beam width is the angular separation between the half-power points. When the beam width is narrow, we can direct the signal only up to the required receiving station, so that the total energy will be available at the distant end, so that there is no other way propagation. It is pointed out towards the receiving end. Low noise temperature. The noise temperature should be low, such that, because these antennas are placed outdoor, these antennas may be heated due to the sun's radiation, so it has to provide low noise temperature. So the main requirements of microwave antennas are, an antenna must be capable of providing high directivity, must be capable of having narrow beam width, and it has to provide low noise temperature. To meet these requirements, large size, that is large aperture antennas are used. For example, parabolic reflector. So in this lesson, we are studying about parabolic reflector antenna, which is a microwave antenna. In order to provide all these requirements, we are making use of this dish antenna, sometimes parabolic reflector antenna. We also call it as dish antenna, or antennas with parabolic reflector. So the main important requirements of microwave antennas are, we require high directivity, narrow beam width, low noise temperature. In order to meet all these requirements, large aperture antennas like parabolic reflectors are used, especially for microwave point-to-point communication applications. There are different types of microwave antennas. Number one, parabolic reflector antenna, which we are discussing in detail in this lesson, parabolic reflector antenna is the most widely used microwave antenna. We already studied about horn antenna, which is a microwave antenna most widely used for feed mechanism for the parabolic reflector. The horn antenna, the dipole is opened out to transmission line, which has the total length lambda by 4 and which fully couples the electric field to the space. In a similar manner, the waveguide also has the capability to radiate the energy into the space when it is suitably excited at one end, opened out at the other end. This type of arrangement, which we have seen, the structure known as horn antenna. And we also studied the different types of horns: sectorial horn, played, H-plane, sectorial horn, played, E-plane, pyramidal horn, conical horn, biconical horn, and the radiation pattern of this horn antenna. When a waveguide it is suitably excited at one end and opened at the other end, the energy will be radiated. So it is unidirectional. So we are getting the radiation pattern unidirectional. Particularly the main advantage of horn antenna is good directivity, adequate bandwidth, simple mechanical construction. It is convenient to employ with waveguides. Hence, this particular antenna is widely used as a primary radiator for parabolic reflector antenna, which we will discuss in detail in this topic. It can be used for satellite tracking, used as a communication transmitter and receiver antenna. Horn antenna is particularly suitable for horn feed in the parabolic reflector antenna. And we also have lens antenna. Now we will discuss in detail about the parabolic reflector antenna. In the parabolic reflector antenna, the main important element is the parabola shape. This parabola will act as a reflector. So observe this diagram. This is the parabola shape. This is the focus of the parabola shape. Incoming signal, that is incident rays arriving along axis of the symmetry. This is the axis of the symmetry. At this feed point, we are placing the horn antenna. Horn antenna is connected to the transmitter. The transmitted signal, that is the modulated signal coming towards horn, will be radiated into the space. So these radiations will go towards the parabola structure and will become parallel, and it will be radiated in that particular direction. The same antenna can also be used as a receiving antenna when it is connected to the receiver. For example, DTH antenna, it is connected to the television receiver. The signal coming from satellite, this structure should be oriented towards satellite. The signal coming from satellite, this is striking the structure of the parabola shape and will be reflected by the parabola. Since because it is a parabola shape, it has focus point, and all the energy will be concentrated at the focus point, and at this focus point we are keeping the horn antenna. So these radiations will go into horn, and then these radiations are converted into modulated electrical signal. It is applied to the television receiver. So this is the most important antenna. The basic principle is the parabolic reflector. All the energy that is coming from the satellite or from the transmitter, it will be reflected by the parabola shape, and it is made available at the focus point. From focus point, we are collecting the signal, and that signal is applied to the receiver for the purpose of getting back the original signal at the output of the receiver. The parabolic reflector antenna consists of a radiating element, that is horn antenna. In this case, we have seen or it may be a simple dipole or a waveguide horn antenna. Here we can connect a horn antenna or a simple dipole antenna at the feed point. So that is the primary radiator, and this structure will act as the parabolic reflector. This is placed at the focal point of the parabolic reflecting surface. For a parabola, we have a focus. At this focus point, we are placing that primary radiating element, which is a simple dipole or a waveguide horn antenna. So achieving high gain is not always easy because it is depending upon the radiator that is used. So here we are making use of a particular radiator. To get high gain, we are making use of the required antenna, and the parabolic reflector antenna is used particularly to get high gain. These are the geometrical properties of the parabola. Before going into details about the parabolic dish antenna, let us study the structure of the parabola shape. The parabola shape, it has got the structure like parabola. This is the focus point. For a parabola, we have the focus point, and we can draw a line here. Draw the horizontal lines also. R, R dash, Q, Q dash, P, P dash, and F. The most important property of the parabola, a parabola is a plane curve which is defined as the locus of a point which moves so that its distance from the fixed point, that is focus, plus its distance from a straight line called directrix is constant. This is a straight line, we call it as the directrix. What is the most important property of the parabola? It is a locus of point which moves so that its distance from the fixed point called focus plus its distance from a straight line called directrix is constant. Due to this property, a parabola will act as a good microwave repeater. So by using this property, what is this property? This distance FR plus RR dash, which is equal to FQ plus QQ dash, which is equal to FP plus PP dash. That is the property of the parabola. A parabola is a plane curve which is defined as the locus of a point which moves so that its distance from the fixed point called focus plus its distance from a straight line called directrix is constant. That means FR plus RR dash is equal to FQ plus QQ dash is equal to FP plus PP dash, and so on. So wherever you take the structure, that is constant. Due to this property, a parabola will act as a good microwave reflector. So when this structure is used, antenna with parabolic reflector, we call it as a parabolic reflector antenna or dish antenna. Sometimes we call it as a microwave dish. This is the most widely used antenna for radiating or receiving the microwave frequencies. And we have the focal length to the mouth diameter. The ratio of focal length to the mouth diameter is called the aperture of the parabola. So because of this structure, this is most widely used antenna for radiating or receiving the microwave frequencies. As we have seen, FP plus PP dash equal to FQ plus QQ dash equal to FR plus RR dash. It is a constant. Now we have principle of equality. All the waves emanating source at focus reflected by the parabola. The waves that are coming from the focus, when we strike the parabola structure, they will be reflected. Same space between the words, distance in same time at directrix. They are in phase. All the waves incident on the parabola surface will be focused at the focus point. So when the antenna is employed with the parabolic reflector, we call this antenna as a parabolic reflector antenna. This parabola shape converts spherical wavefronts coming from the focus. They are spherical in nature, coming from the focus into plane wavefront at the mouth of the parabola. So when the waves, when the signal that is converted into waves that are coming from the focus point, at focus point we have the primary feed. Those waves are spherical waves that are coming from the focus parabola, converting it into plane waves, straight lines, plane wave fronts at the mouth of the parabola. So parabola converts plane wave fronts coming from mouth of the parabola into spherical waves from at the focus. So it is the other wave function also. When the signals are coming from the mouth of the parabola, shape of the parabola, they are again converted into spherical waves, and that is available at the focus point. Because of this reason, it can be used as a transmitting antenna, or it can be used as a receiving antenna. The first one is it can be used as a transmitting antenna, where parabola converts spherical wavefronts coming from focus into a plane wavefront at the structure of the parabola. Then those plane waves will be passing through the channel. So in this case, it is acting like a transmitting antenna. Parabola also converts plane waves coming from the other antenna, other transmitting antenna, and they will be reflected, and they are made into spherical waves, and they are available at the focus point. So we can collect those spherical waves, and that primary feed antenna will convert these spherical waves into electrical signal, and it is applied to a receiver. And hence, a parabolic antenna is an antenna that uses parabolic reflector, a curved surface with a cross-sectional shape of a parabola to direct the radio waves. The most common form is shaped like a dish and is popularly called as dish antenna. It is also called as parabolic dish. So a parabola is a plane curve which is defined as the locus of a point which moves so that its distance from the fixed point called focus plus its distance from a straight line called directrix is constant. Due to this property, a parabola will act as a good microwave reflector. So antenna with parabolic reflector called as parabolic reflector antenna. It is also called as dish antenna. It is also called as microwave dish. This is the most widely used antenna for radiating or receiving the microwave frequencies. When we consider a source of radiation placed at the focus, all the waves coming from the source and reflected by the parabola will travel the same distance by the time they reach the directrix, no matter from what point in the parabola they reflect. All the waves reflected by parabola will be in phase. Due to this, radiation is very strong and concentrated at the axis. Cancellation of waves will take place in any other direction due to the path length differences, but most of the energy will be beamed in the particular direction. They will be focused at the focus point. This is due to the principle of reciprocity theorem. So parabola converting spherical waves from coming from focus into plane waves at the mouth of the parabola. Parabola converts plane waves coming from mouth of the parabola into spherical waves at the focus. A parabola antenna is an antenna that uses parabolic reflector, a curved surface with the cross-sectional shape of the parabola to direct the radio waves. The most common form is like a dish, and hence we call this antenna as a dish antenna or parabolic dish. So this is the structure which we have already seen about the parabolic reflector antenna. This is a basic structure you might have seen on the top of the buildings or on the top of the towers. Main important application is the DTH antenna. We can receive the television signals from the satellite. A small dish antenna is sufficient. That is nothing working on the based on the principle of parabolic reflector antenna. Parabola is a two-dimensional plane curve. It is a two-dimensional plane curve. A practical parabola reflector is a three-dimensional curved structure. It is a three-dimensional structure. So when we see it, we have a three-dimensional depth is also involved here. This is parabolic reflector antenna. It is a three-dimensional structure, paraboloid structure. For example, we want to make use this antenna is a receiving antenna. The signal it is used as a directive antenna. The signal coming from the transmitter, for example, these are the waves coming, plane waves coming from the transmitter. They are striking the shape of the parabola and will be reflected by the parabola. And these reflected waves are available at the focus. So at the focus point, we are connecting a horn antenna. These waves are collected by the horn, and this horn is converting the electromagnetic radiations into electrical signal, and it is passing through a waveguide and it is connected to a receiver. It can also be used as a transmitting antenna. Through transmitter is connected to the primary feed here. Transmitter radiates the modulated electrical signal. So it is modulated electrical signal through waveguide or coaxial cable coming toward the horn antenna. This horn antenna radiates the signal. These are the spherical waves. These spherical waves are going towards the reflector, parabola reflector. This parabola reflector surface are reflecting the signal, and these spherical wave fronts are converted into plane wave, parallel wave fronts, and it is further directed toward the receiving end. This is the basic principle of the parabolic reflector antenna. So this straight line, if we draw, this is the axis of the parabola. This point we call it as vertex, focus. The signal coming from the transmitter, that is the waves, plane waves coming from the transmitter. They are striking the structure of the parabola, will be reflected by the shape of the parabola, and all these waves, these are the spherical waves, plane waves are converted into spherical waves, and at the focus point we are connecting a primary antenna, horn antenna, then the waves are collected here, and that primary antenna converts the waves into modulated electrical signal, which can be applied to a receiver for the purpose of recovering back the original signal. As we have seen, this is the structure, basic structure. So we have an axis here, directrix. This is the focus point where we are connecting the feed point. This is the direction of the main beam. When a signal is radiated from here, the signal will be going like this and striking the parabola reflector surface, and they are becoming the plane waves. So equal path lengths from feed at focus point to XY plane. That means FD plus BH equal to FE plus EG equal to FB plus BJ equal to FA plus AK. So equal path lengths are available here. So these spherical waves fronts are converted into plane wave fronts and is further propagated towards the receiver. This is a large size parabolic reflector antenna used at the earth stations for the purpose of satellite communication. Very large size antennas, nearly 5 meters to 10 meters diameter, located on a hill area, pointing out toward the satellite. So we are satellite communication, we are making use of microwave frequencies. So this antenna is used as a most widely used antenna for microwave applications. Properties of the parabolic antenna. This is the focus point. This is D, F, C. F equal to D square by 16 into C. This is F equal to D square by 16 into C. F is the focal length, C is the depth, D is the diameter. This antenna makes use of the properties of the parabola. So parabola properties holds good for the antenna. The gain is given by the formula pi d square by 4, G equal to epsilon AP, 4 pi by lambda square into AP. This is the gain of the antenna. Epsilon is the permittivity lying between 0 and 1, 4 pi by lambda square into gain, power gain. The gain of the parabola antenna is given by the formula G equal to eta square pi square d square by lambda square, where G is the gain, which is the power ratio, D is the diameter of the dish antenna, lambda is the wavelength, this lambda is the wavelength. By making use of this formula, we can calculate the gain of the parabolic reflector antenna. The gain of the antenna decreases with losses due to spread over the edges. To account for these losses, a constant is included in the equation. So if you include a constant, we will be getting G equal to eta square pi square d square by lambda square, where eta is the efficiency, generally 0.5 to 0.7. F by D ratio is 0.25 to 0.35, that is deep dish antenna. Feed will be close to the dish. Feed needs to spread the power at wide angle to efficiently illuminate the dish. Feed is therefore smaller in diameter. F by D ratio is 0.5 to 0.75, that is flat dish. If F by D ratio is 0.25 to 0.35, it is a deep dish. If F by D ratio is 0.5 to 0.75, it is flat dish. Feed will be away from the dish. Feed needs to project the power at narrower angle to efficiently illuminate the dish. Feed therefore needs to be large in diameter. So these are the other design considerations. What value of F by D is required? And in that case, what will be the feed point? These are based upon the properties of the parabola. The radiation pattern of the parabola, it is a unidirectional, strong radiation. We have a strong radiation, it is a directional radiation. As the waves reflected by the parabola will be in phase, due to this, radiation is very strong and concentrated along the axis. Further, if the beam of parallel rays is incident in the parabola surface, they will be focused at the focus point. And hence we are getting the radiation pattern, which is a strong in a particular direction. This is the main lobe. This is the parabola structure. From focus, the signal is striking, the waves are striking the parabola shape, and they are all passing only in this particular direction. And we have the 3 dB beam width. This is narrow beam width we are getting because of the structure of the parabola. So beam width is the angular separation between the 3 dB points. We are getting these 3 dB points. We have the maximum gain divided by √2 if we take. We are getting the points, 3 dB points, and we draw the line between them, and we are getting the angular separation. We also have the beam width between the first nulls. This is a first null, another null. Nulls are the minimum energy points. So if we take the angular separation between this line and this line, we call it as the beam width between the first nulls. So the radiation is only towards a particular direction. So it has the strong radiation in a particular direction. This structure, if we draw for a practical parabola reflector, through the axis of the parabola, we have the gain maximum. And then we are getting the side lobes because the parabola structure is not completely reflecting the signal. There are some backward lobes also available. So, but most of the energy is concentrated in the particular direction. Parabola reflector beam width half power points. This is the beam width between the half power points, and this is the beam width between the first nulls. And we have formula for beam width between first nulls given by the formula 70 into lambda by d. Lambda is the wavelength and d is the diameter of the dish antenna. Where theta is the beam width in degrees that between the 3 dB points, lambda is the free space wavelength, and d is the diameter of the dish antenna. So beam width between the first nulls we can calculate by making use of the formula 70 into lambda by d. These are the beam width between two half power points. If it is first nulls, we will be getting 140 into lambda by d. These are the first nulls. If we take beam width between the 3 dB points, we are getting it as 70 into lambda by d. 3 dB points, theta is the beam width in degrees between the 3 dB points, so it is 70 into lambda by d. Sometimes we can calculate the beam width between the first nulls, which is equal to 140 into lambda by d. Lambda is the wavelength and d is the diameter of the dish antenna. This is the polar plot of the parabolic reflector, which is nothing but the radiation pattern. The gain is maximum along the axis of the parabola shape, and we have strong radiation in a particular direction. So it can be used as a directional antenna. And we have different feed mechanisms for parabolic reflector. So the entire parabola reflector antenna consists of two basic components. One is the reflector, as we have seen, and the other is the source of primary radiation at the focus point. The source is called the primary radiator or feed radiator or simply feed band, while the reflector is the secondary radiator. An ideal feed would be that the radiator would radiate towards the reflector in such a way that it illuminates the entire surface of a reflector and no energy is radiated in any other directions. So there are different feed mechanisms for the parabolic reflector. At the focus point, we are keeping different types of feeds that will be acting as a primary antenna. This parabola reflector will be acting as the secondary antenna. So what are the feed mechanisms that we can make use of? for the parabolic reflector to make it as an antenna. The first one is the horn feed. We have a horn antenna can be placed at the focus point. So when the horn antenna is placed at the focus point, we call it as horn feed. Then Cassegrain feed, offset feed. We also place dipole at the focus point, dipole feed. We will be discussing in detail about all these feed mechanisms with the help of the diagrams. We can see now. With this feed mechanism, the parabola reflector, now we call it as a dish antenna, or antennas with parabolic reflector, or microwave dish antenna. The most widely used feed is the horn antenna. As we have seen, this horn antenna can be placed at the focus of the parabola. Horn antenna is a type of the aperture antenna. Take the waveguide, flared at the open end. When a signal is applied at one end, the signal is propagating through the waveguide by total internal reflection, and the energy is escaped into the space by the opened out waveguide. This is the pyramidal horn antenna. The structure is like pyramid. This is a conical horn antenna. The structure is like conic. We can place any of these antennas at the focus point of the reflector. The most widely used one is this structure, pyramidal horn structure. Horn antenna or a microwave horn is an antenna that consists of a flaring metal waveguide shaped like a horn to direct radio waves in a beam. Horns are widely used as antennas at UHF and microwave frequencies. They are used for the frequencies above 300 megahertz. They are used as feed antennas called as horn feed for large antenna structures such as parabolic antenna. So horn antenna is used as a microwave antenna. It can be used as a primary radiator for parabolic reflector antenna. This is the basic structure of the horn antenna, which we can place at the focus point of the parabolic reflector. This waveguide flared at the open end will be acting like the horn antenna. When we apply signal at this waveguide, through flared horn, the signal is propagating toward the reflector. These are the dimension considerations of the horn antenna. We have the width, height, flaring width, flaring height. Through coaxial, we are applying the signal. When transmitter is connected to this coaxial cable, through coaxial cable, the signal will be radiated through the antenna, horn antenna, and further propagated towards the parabola shape. And we have different types of horn antennas: H-plane sectorial horn, pyramidal horn, E-plane sectorial horn, conical horn antenna. H-plane sectorial horn, so width-wise it is flared, opened out. This height-wise, height is flared out, whereas width is a constant. Height-wise flared out. Pyramidal, both height is flared out, width is also flared out. It becomes pyramidal horn. If the structure is like a conic, we get conical horn. And the radiation pattern of one antenna, it is also a directional pattern. The pattern of the pyramidal horn is very narrow in both principal planes and in fact in all the planes. So the radiation is towards the parabola structure. A strong radiation is coming from the mouth of the parabola horn antenna, and these spherical waves striking the parabola structure will be reflected by the parabola and making it into a plane wavefronts. Why we are using horn antennas? They can operate over wide range of frequencies, very wide bandwidths, for example, allowing it to operate from 1 gigahertz to 20 gigahertz. There is high directivity, high gain. It supports for wide application areas. Use of horn most commonly used as a feed for the parabolic reflector. For getting maximized beam pattern along parabolic axis, horn antenna is placed at the focus point. And this is the parabolic reflector antenna with the horn feed. So horn antenna is placed at the focus point. Through waveguide, the signal is coming. This is a waveguide. From transmitter, the output of the transmitter is connected to waveguide. By total internal reflection through the walls of the waveguide, the signal is coming and it will be radiated into the space by the horn antenna. This horn antenna will be acting as the primary radiator. It radiates the signal. Spherical wavefronts are coming toward the parabola structure, and when they are striking the parabola structure, they are converted into parallel waves. Then they are going toward the receiver. It can also be used as a receiving antenna, and the signal is coming. When the waves are coming in the from the other direction, they are striking the parabola shape, and all these waves will be reflected by the parabola, and these waves are collected at the focus point. At the focus point, we are placing the horn antenna. Then this horn antenna converts the electromagnetic waves into electrical signal, passing through the waveguide and connected to the receiver. So this is the main important parabolic reflector. When horn antenna is placed, we call it as a parabolic reflector antenna or antennas with parabolic reflector. So this structure is the horn feed for a parabolic reflector antenna. Horn antenna is placed at the focus point. You can see the view here. It is looking toward the satellite. Horn antenna is placed at the focus point. This is the horn antenna. This is a paraboloid shape. It's a large size antenna. For satellite communication, we require large size antennas. Horn antenna is placed at the focus of the paraboloid structure. Parabolic reflector with horn feed. The signal coming from the signal means the waves. The waves, plane waves coming from the transmitter. They are striking the paraboloid shape, reflected by the paraboloid, and they are collected at the focus point. And here we are placing the horn antenna. So horn antenna converting these electromagnetic waves into electrical signal. Similarly, when the waves are coming through the transmitter, they are radiated into the space by the primary feed. They are reflected by the secondary feeds. This parabola will act as a secondary feed, a secondary antenna. These spherical waves are converted into plane waves and passing through the channel. So at the focus point, we have a horn feed. And sometimes we are making use of the Cassegrain feed, hyperbola structure. It is a sub-reflector we will study in detail. This is a parabola reflected with front feed. We can place Aggie antenna or a area of antenna at the focus point. It is a driven element, a reflector. It is a main antenna. The signal is radiated by this antenna, striking the paraboloid shape, and will be reflected by the parabola and further propagated into the space. So we can place Aggie antenna or a dipole source at the focus point. This is the dipole feed antenna, dipole feed mechanism. Instead of horn, we can also place the Aggie antenna or a folded dipole antenna as a primary radiator at the focus point. Offset feed. Offset means instead of making use of the complete shape of the parabola, we are making use of only a part of the parabola shape. Then we call it as offset feed antenna, parabolic antenna with offset feed mechanism. At the focus point, every arrangement is same. Each and every arrangement is same. We have at the focus point, horn antenna is placed. Instead of completely making use of the entire parabola shape, we are making use of a part of the parabolic reflector shape. This is the feed antenna. We can make use of a complete surface of the parabola reflector, or we can make use of a part of the parabolic structure. When we are making use of part of the parabolic structure, we call it as offset feed or off-axis feed antenna. For short distance applications, we can make use of this type of structure is enough. For long distance applications, we have to use the complete structure of the parabola reflector. Now we have the Cassegrain feed. This is also very important feed mechanism for large size antennas, which was used at the earth stations. It is named after the name of 18th century astronomer. This feed mechanism is shown here, in which the primary feed is positioned around an opening near the vertex of the paraboloid instead of focus. Instead of at the focus point, we are placing the horn antenna. Primary feed is placed here. Cassegrain feed system employs a hyperboloid secondary reflector. This is the hyperboloid secondary reflector, whose focus coincide with the focus of the paraboloid. So this paraboloid focus coinciding with the hyperbola reflector. The primary feed is at this point. The signal is radiated through this primary feed, and they will be reflected by the hyperbola and again further reflected by the parabolic structure. The feed radiator is aimed at the secondary hyperboloid. This is the feed radiator. They are aimed toward the secondary hyperboloid reflector. The radiations emitted from the feed radiator, these are the radiations emitted from the feed radiator, are reflected from Cassegrain. This is Cassegrain secondary reflector, which illuminate the main paraboloid reflector. They are coming toward the main paraboloid reflector as if they had originated from the focus. Then the parabolic reflector collimates, that is making parallel rays as usual. The signals are coming like this and they are made into parallel rays. So instead of placing the horn antenna at this focus point, what we are using, a hyperbola reflector is placed whose focus coincide with the focus of the primary parabola reflector. This is the primary feed radiating the signal. The signal is coming toward the secondary reflector, that is hyperboloid. Hyperboloid reflect this waves, and again they are striking the plane of the parabola structure, and they are again reflected and they are made into parallel waves and further propagated. The main important type of this Cassegrain antenna, when we want to make use of satellite tracking, and then this is most conveniently fixed. The antenna will be moving toward the satellite, and then we can track the satellite. So we can place the antennas at a convenient position. That is the main important advantage of this Cassegrain antenna. System has a second reflecting surface. The advantage is that the overall length of the dish antenna between the two reflectors is shorter than the length between the radiating element and the parabolic reflector. Overall length is shortened. This type of antenna obtains higher efficiencies because less illumination tapes, there are less losses. So it provides higher efficiencies. Now all these feed mechanisms are shown in the same diagram. Horn feed, then offset a plane, a part of the paraboloid reflector is used. Here hyperbola is used. This is the Cassegrain feed. And we can also place a concave secondary reflector here. Through primary reflector, they are striking here, reflected back, and then they are going. The most widely used is the horn antenna. If the distance of transmission is low, we can, instead of using the entire parabola structure, we can use a offset parabola. Or for large size antennas, for the antenna to be moved according with the tracking of the satellite, we can use this Cassegrain feed antenna. This is the Cassegrain antenna. Primary antenna is located here. Signal radiated by the primary antenna will go up to the hyperbola. They will be reflected by the hyperbola. The reflected energy coming toward the parabola reflector. Then parabola is also reflecting the signal, and the reflected signals going toward the satellite. Features of the parabolic antenna: greater directivity and gain. Parabolic or dish antennas are not frequency dependent. Receives and radiates signal in one direction only, unidirectional radiation pattern. Produce sharp and narrow beamwidth of any other type of antennas. So small reflector antennas are enough for DTH applications. Applications of parabolic reflector: it can be used in television, data communication, radar, satellite communication, microwave links. All these are the microwave applications. Cellular base stations, so we can make use of parabolic reflector antennas. In almost all communication applications where microwave signals are to be radiated, we are making use of parabolic reflector antennas. In television, we are making use of DTH antennas, which is a parabolic reflector antenna, for receiving the signal, direct reception of the signal from the satellite. We can also use it in a very small aperture terminals. So we will discuss some of these applications in our next classes. Parabolic antennas are used as a high gain antennas for point-to-point communication. In applications such as microwave relay links that carry telephone and television signals between nearby cities. Wireless WAN, LAN for data communication applications. Satellite and spacecraft communication antennas. Radio telescopes, radar antennas, satellite television dish antennas. All these are the application areas of the dish antenna. So this is the antenna, dish antenna, located with azimuth motor, elevation motor. When azimuth and elevation, these motors are rotating, the antenna also rotates and looks toward the satellite. Satellite is moving in the space. For satellites which are not geostationary, for example, Indian remote sensing satellites, when the satellite is coming towards the Earth station, the antenna is rotated and looking the satellite. So tracking is done by using these motors synchronously tracking, and antenna is moved to look the satellite. This is arrangement for dish antenna for satellite tracking. In this lesson, we have discussed about need of parabolic reflector, principles of parabolic reflector antenna, radiation pattern of parabolic reflector. We also studied different feed mechanisms of parabolic reflector. And finally, we studied the applications of parabolic reflector antenna. Now let us answer some quiz questions. Parabolic antenna is widely used at shortwave, medium wave, microwave. The answer is microwaves. It is a microwave antenna. Second question, Cassegrain feed is used with a parabolic antenna to increase the gain of the system, to increase the beam width of the system, to reduce the size of the antenna, to increase the gain of the system, to provide most of the gain. So we are making use of the Cassegrain feed antennas. And finally, we will see the different frequently asked questions after listening to the question, this particular topic. Explain the basic principle of parabolic reflector antenna with a diagram. Draw and explain radiation pattern of parabolic reflector. List the various applications of parabolic reflector. List the different methods for feed mechanisms of dish antenna. Explain about horn feed. Explain about Cassegrain feed.